Hello everyone, this is Mohammed from Python India YouTube channel, and today we will recap keyword and arbitrary arguments by solving some exercise. In this tutorial we will solve two simple exercises just to recap keyword and arbitrary arguments. The first exercise we have: using keyword arguments, write a Python program that organizes a phone number by passing the country code, area code, first three digits and last three digits. So in this exercise, we have the keyword arguments, okay, as a requirement. So let us define a function. You can give any name for this function. I will give it phone number, okay, organizer, okay, and we will have here the arguments that we have to pass, okay, or organizer. I think I have a problem, organizer here, and we will pass in this function the country code as an argument. So we will have country code, then we will have the area code as an argument, area code, okay, and we will have the first and last digits. So we will have first digits and we will have last digits, okay. So these are the arguments that I will have when I will invoke or recall the function, and this function will return f string. What inside the f string? The first thing that I want to return is the country code. Then I want to have a hyphen here, and I will do another open another placeholder for the area code. The same here for the first and the last digits. Okay, so this is very simple function, and for this function it will accept the four parameters, and it will return the f string to print. And I want to identify a new variable in which we can phone number. Okay, and in this phone number I want to recall the function. Function is phone number organizer, and because it is a keyword arguments, in the keyword arguments we learn together that I have to insert the exact name of the function parameters or variables. Here we will use the argument for the country code, okay, and each country code starts either by plus, okay, or start by 00. So I cannot start using 00, and it's not allowed in Python. So I can use the f string here to have 00, and I can use the format specifier to give me two zeros, which is the basic for each country code. Okay, for example, I can say 002, then I can 0, and then I can use column 02. It will pad the beginning of this sequence by 2 zeros, so I can add 00 by this using format specifier. Let us say this is the country code, then I add comma, and I will recall the area code. Could be like this. This is just a random phone number, and I can use the last digit. For example, it will be like these three numbers, and sorry, I have to use this. Okay, keep it locked as last digit because it's keyword argument, so the order doesn't matter, and I will use the first digit to be like this. Okay, let us print this phone number organizer, and we will see that we will have 00 because I used this format specifier to add or to pad two zeros at the beginning of this 987. Then I have also the area code. This hyphen has been inserted from this function because it returned also hyphen. And I have this area code, and I have the first digit here and the last digit. Remember that when we use all arguments as keyword arguments, then the order doesn't matter. So we have the first digit at the last of this function arguments, but it's printed as first digit respecting the location. This is for recapping or summarizing the keyword arguments. And we have another exercise here I want to practice with you. And in this exercise, we will use arbitrary arguments where args and keyword args are used to write a Python program that show the name and address of an individual, and the function can be like termed as bio or address. And the individual name here, I have a restriction to have the name to be shown, showed or shown, okay, using the args, which is the arbitrary arguments, where we unpack the arguments using a tuple. Okay, when we unpack args, it will be unpacked to a tuple, so I can define, for example, bio function, and this bio function will take two args and keyword args, okay, like this. So this is the format that I build my function when I want to utilize arbitrary arguments. Arbitrary arguments is associated with two parameters, which the first one is args and quarks, and we have to use a star before args and double star before quarks. And the name of args is and quarks is not mandatory, so we can use any names we want to use. And we've learned together that args and back arguments into a tuple, so I can do for loop, okay, like this for arg in args, okay. I want to print arg, and I want to use this keyword argument, which is accompanied with a print statement to have the print in the same line without going to new line. So the name and last name, or what are the args argument, will be printed in the same line. Then for this keyword arguments, I want to loop through the key and value of quark, key and value in quarks, okay, dot items by this case, and I want to print in the f string, okay, because I have double arg key, and then I can use colon, and I use value to be printed here. And when I recall the function, I can recall my bio, okay, and inside this bio I want to insert my first name, Mohammed. This is associated with args because I don't use name equal Mohammed, okay. Then I have also to insert my initial or my middle name here, okay, and my last name, okay, to be in this form, okay. Then what else? The reminder, these are, okay, the arguments that is associated to args, which are the positional arguments, okay. Now I want to add keywords arguments, and to have the keywords argument, you have to insert the name. For example, I want to say the street, okay, which equal, for example, Leafastrat, okay, okay, like this. And I want to say, for example, a city, okay. Let us give a random city here. For example, we can say Oostgeest, okay, like this, okay. I want to also to add the country, for example, country equals to the Netherlands, okay, like this. So this should be string Netherlands. And when I execute the function, I will have my first name, Mohammed, male, and but before doing this, I can add print, okay, just to move the cursor down for the street. So my first name is Mohammed A. Abu Kmail is inserted here because I loop over args, and these are associated with the args. And the reminder arguments here are keyword arguments, which are taken from this for loop and printed. So by this exercise, we recap together how can we use arbitrary arguments which contain args and quarks in the function parameters. And when we recall them, we have to respect the keyword arguments for the quarks and the positional arguments for the args. Okay, we can also remove this loop through the key and values. For example, we can print like this, print, for example, okay, and I want to print the street, and in this street it will take the quarks, okay, like this, dot get, okay. We learn together in the dictionary data structure that get will give me the value if I submit the right key, and in my data here the key is the street, so I want to submit the street here, okay, and this should be single column because of the outer one, okay. So I can print directly without looping, okay. Just I have to know in advance that I will have keyword argument which is street like this, okay. And for example, I can add another line. For example, I can say if, for example, the post PO box, okay, which is the postal address, okay. For example, if it's not in, okay, quarks.keys, okay. So it's like the same to here. Okay, I don't have the post office box, okay, inside my function when I recall the function. So if that is not located, if the post office box, okay, doesn't locate it in the key, which is correct here, it's not within the key. So what I have to do, I want to insert, okay, a quarks of the same post box, okay, will equal to, okay, which will equal to, for example, like this, okay. Suppose it's only numbers, okay, and I can print, okay, for example, the post address, okay, will be nothing but the quarks.get, okay, the post office box, which is the same key that I have inserted. So in case you don't need to have the for loop among the key and values, and you already know in advance that you will have street as a key, okay, in your function, then you can print it directly, okay. And in the case if any key doesn't locate it within the keyword arguments, you can insert it and literally you can print it. So if we print this function again or execute it, we will see the same positional arguments which are associated to args here have been printed, and the street, okay, because I get the street, I print it, okay, here, and I didn't print city or country because they are not within the block of code that will return the information from the quarks, and the only one that printed is the post address, and because I inserted it here and I printed it later. That's for the keyword and arbitrary arguments recap. And see you next tutorial. We will expand our knowledge in Python functions by introducing another exercise.